As incredible as it may seem, Rory Stewart put one foot in front of the other in 2002 and walked across Afghanistan. Strolling around Brandeis is a little less challenging, but he came to campus to talk with students about the places in between, the book he wrote about his unorthodox journey.
This is the first time I've done anything like this. It's the first time I've stood in front of 700 people in this kind of context or talked about this kind of journey in this way. I am genuinely privileged, but as
Stewart
I said,
and his book were the focus of the 2008 Helen and Phillip Brecher New Student Forum. It was an opportunity to give the incoming class a taste of what academic life at Brandeis is like, by having each student read the same book over the summer, then gather together during orientation to engage the author and one another in conversation. Stewart says he was excited to be a part of it.
Getting that number of readers, all of whom have different experiences, some of whom are going to hate the book, some of whom are going to be interested in it from unusual directions, is for me as a writer and somebody who's engaging with that part of the world very stimulating.
All of the first-year students that we talked to about the places in between said they definitely enjoyed the book, though some of them wondered what exactly was going on inside Rory Stewart's head when he decided to walk alone across Afghanistan.
Frankly, I think he's crazy to walk through a war-ridden desert, but you know, it might also mean that he's spontaneous, which I really like.
I thought he was a very open person and that he had to have been really brave, and just like the fact that he believed in himself so much that he could walk across an entire, like a country that could very well have been hostile to him.
The fact that he did that, the fact that he took the time to go through and kind of experience anything the way you would have before you could take a car or a plane or something, I thought that was kind of neat.
That's the kind of feedback that Dean of Arts and Sciences Adam Jaffe was hoping for. He was on the student staff committee that selected the places in between as this year's featured book.
A lot of our students are interested in international issues. Afghanistan is very much in the news. We like the fact that this was, rather than a sort of dry, sort of scientific attempt at analysis of what's going on in Afghanistan, that it was a personal narrative of someone's own experience, which would give the students a lot to think about and talk about.
Some students got to share their thoughts and their questions with Stewart in smaller discussion groups before the forum.
It was more like a requirement that they had to seat you, feed you, give you water. Did you ever feel sort of bad about how there was sort of that requirement there, or was it like a mutual agreement where they got pleasure out of being able to have you and you got, you know, food, water, got to live another day?
Yeah, it's a difficult thing. I mean, honestly, I didn't feel very bad. I mean, personally in people's houses, I never felt that I was taking advantage in that way.
From there, it was on to the forum, where Rory met the rest of the class of 2012. A crowd of 700 may sound and look intimidating, but after hiking alone across Afghanistan, this was a walk in the park. Max Pearlstein, Brandeis Now.